Okay, some of you certain loonies on the left, let's see how you guys respond when the Uno reverse card is played on y'all. Good day, everybody. Welcome to the channel Model Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. Thank every last one of you guys for taking time out of your day to view my content. If you do like my content, you like to see what I put out all the time, make sure you click that like button. That tells YouTube to consistently recommend my content to you. Also, be sure to follow me on all the platforms you see above and below. Alert, do not worry about that spelling up there. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the spelling up there with the Modern Renaissance Man with Rumble. Don't worry about that. That's okay. It's supposed to look like that, okay? Last thing I always tell you guys to do, and it's very imperative and very important, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. I'm telling you, in these times, I knew it was going to happen. YouTube is going to drop a lot of you guys off of the channel. Trust me when I tell you. They claim they don't do it, but they are doing it to a lot of conservative channels. They unsubscribed me from Brandon Tatum, ABL, Jericho Green, Black Conservative Perspective. They unsubscribed me from Candace Owens. They did. They just did. Even Ben Shapiro, yeah, I know y'all probably got issue with him, but still. Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, they unsubscribed me from them. So I know it's happening. All right. So appreciate that if y'all would do that, okay? Now, gotta talk about this, ladies and gentlemen, because I like to call bullcrap out what bullcrap is. President Biden went and got interviewed, MSNBC, and was asked a series of questions, right? Let's get ready to get into it. Now, I'm going to forewarn you, for the ones who have an issue with this, there is going to be pausing. You hear me? There's going to be pausing, just to let you know. So be prepared. So check this out.
And you know, the January 6th, the attack on the Capitol. Lester, I got in this race early on in 2020.
Hold on.
You spoke to Mr. Trump afterward. Can you give me a sense of that conversation?
Very cordial. I told him how concerned I was and wanted to make sure I knew how
that he was dead. Let me stop. I'm joking, y'all. Let me stop.
How he was actually doing. He sounded good. He said he was fine. And he thanked me for calling him. I told him he was literally in the prayers of Jill and me. And I hope his whole family was weathering this.
You were in Delaware when this happened. What was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, my God, look, there's so much violence.
Reaction was, my God, they screwed it up. I'm going, I'm messing around. I'm playing. We playing the game.
Now, the way we talk about it, I mean, the whole notion that there is this, there's no place at all for violence in politics in America. None.
Y'all know what just happened there? He had to remember his cue. He had to remember his cue. He had to remember that he said that the other day. We had to see how he, okay, what was I going to say? Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is.
There's violence now, the way we talk about it. I mean, the whole notion that there is this.
See that right there? You got to find it. Find it, Biden. Find it.
There's no place at all for violence in politics in America. None. Zero. And we've reached a point where it's become too commonplace, not assassinations, but to talk about it. For example, the January 6th, the attack on the Capitol.
Who did they attack? Did they get any of the? Did any politician get attacked? The fake, they call me the N-word, big old barely man. They call me the N-word. Oh, they call me the N-word. I can't. They call me the. And then, I don't even want to say your name. You know who you are from Illinois, Mr. K. Your fake self. You up here laughing and joking around with people. And then all of a sudden, they said action on the camera. I was scared. Y'all, it's all out there right now. If there was a real attack, don't get me wrong. Let me make this clear. Anybody that broke those windows down, tore things up and all that, I get that. But for the ones who were, we got the footage, ladies and gentlemen. We got the footage. They were let in. I'm not talking about the crazy people that was breaking windows and doing things like that. They were let in. Okay? Other people were let in. Once they got in there, what did they do? What did they attack? We got video. What did they start tearing things up inside the Capitol? Did they start beating doors, telling politicians to get out, get out. We're gonna take you. No. This, what happened to President Trump, was a real attack. Not even a comparison.
Lester, I got in this race early on in 2020 for the 2020 race. I wasn't going to run again because I lost my son. I didn't feel, and
You weren't going to run again
until I watched what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. Those folks coming out of the woods with torches, carrying swastikas, singing the same Nazi bile. It was accompanied by this Ku Klux Klan, and a young woman was killed.
You were at the funeral of a grand wizard for the KKK. What are you talking about? Don't believe me? Go look it up.
I was a bystander, and the then president, was asked, "What do you think?" He said, "They're very fine people on both sides."
He's still rolling with the lie. Go and look, ladies and gentlemen. Don't believe nothing that I'm saying. Go and look up when President Trump said there's fine people on both sides. Make sure you see the before he got to that point and then what he said after that point. It's very easy. But you know what? Him making statements like that, look, I'm just telling y'all the truth. Those of you that are on the left, even some of my family members, I know a lot of y'all are not there anymore on the left, but those of you that still lingering around, if y'all haven't done it yet, go look it up. Go look it up and you will see that all he's doing is talking out bullet points, and it's not true. And then President Trump has denounced this several times, and I have video on my channel proving that. He's just doing talking points right now. That's all he's doing, and it's a complete made up lie, and has been debunked. Fortunately, you can say, even the fake news clarified and said that what President Biden is literally saying right now, they already clarified and said that is a lie.
I'd find people on both sides. No excuse, zero.
Well, let's talk about the conversation this has started, and it's really about language, what we say out loud and the consequences of those. You called your opponent an existential threat on a call a week ago. You said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye.
President Trump says, let your voices be heard when you go down there to the Capitol. He said peacefully. He said, we about law and order. He said, back the boys down there in blue, or back the blue, back the police officers. They're doing a fine job. You guys that are completely lunatics, and the media, you are to blame for it as well. You turned around and turned that into, that's somehow Trump inciting an insurrection, right? If you can take those words way out of context like that. Well, no, when he said peacefully, he actually meant violently. Or when he said back the blue, he meant beat them up. When he said let your voices be heard, that means yell and storm inside the Capitol, breaking windows. Y'all concluded that out of those words. President Biden, is literally saying it's time to put a bullseye on Trump. Now, do I believe that means to really go after Trump and try to, kill him? No, I really don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. I know that's just talk, is metaphorically speaking. But why won't the media, even right now, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, Fox, whatever, why won't you guys do that same thing? The View, you dumb witches there. Why won't y'all take this same exact language and said, President Biden put a hit out on President Trump by saying it's time to put a bullseye on him. And all of a sudden, days later, somebody tried to kill him. He incited an assassination. The View, Whoopi Goldberg was saying, well, we can keep him from assassinating him since he has immunity. What about all these people that made these things up saying President Trump can be assassinated, President Biden have immunity? And then it happened. What's going to happen to them? Is the Department of Justice going to go after them? If and when President Biden loses the election, are they going to go, is the Department of Justice going to go after President Biden for inciting a hit out on President Trump? Yeah, anyway, I can end this video right now. Let's see what he has to say on this matter.
Threat on a call a week ago, you said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate that.
I didn't say
words
crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking.
Whoa. Did your subconscious just speak? Did he say, I didn't say crosshairs? Hold on.
About crosshairs. I was talking.
Some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate that.
I didn't say
words
crosshairs. I was talking.
He did. I didn't say crosshairs. Bro. I didn't say crosshairs. He didn't say crosshairs. Where did that come from? Man, come on now. Did your subconscious just cause you to have diarrhea of the mouth? You didn't say crosshairs. Man, y'all, listen to me. All I'm saying is this. If somebody said, Ty, the other day you made a statement that said that you were going to beat somebody up. I didn't say kill them. Huh? Why would you even say that? I'll leave y'all to chew on that. You already know what I'm thinking.
Focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was, there was very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on him.
He did it again. Why you keep saying I didn't say crosshairs? Wait. Wow. Holy
Focus
smokes.
on what he's doing. Focus on his policies. Focus on the number of lies he told in the debate. I mean, there's a whole range of things that, look, I'm not the guy that said, I want to be a dictator on day one.
Quit trying to take the focus off. You're not answering
I'm not the guy
question.
that refused to accept the outcome of the election. I'm not the guy who said that won't accept the outcome of this election automatically. You can't only love your country when you win. And so the focus was on what he's saying, and I mean, the idea.
But have you taken a step back and done a little soul searching on things that you may have said that could incite people who are not balanced?
Well, I don't think, look, how do you talk about the threat to democracy, which is real, when a president says things like he says? Do you just not say anything because it may incite somebody? Look, I have not engaged in that rhetoric. It says things like threat. I don't think, look, how do you talk about the threat to democracy, which is real, when a president says things like he says? Do you just not say anything because it may incite somebody?
Do you just not say anything because it may?
Look,
Do you not just say anything because it may incite? Okay.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric. Now, my opponent is engaged in that rhetoric. He talks about there'll be a bloodbath if he loses.
You just said a bullseye. See, it's hypocritical. It'll be, he didn't, again, y'all have to fact check this. President Trump was not even talking about anything remotely close to anybody doing anything physically. He was talking about car manufacturing business, talking about how they're over in a certain country, and if we don't get a hold of it, those jobs are going to be lost here. People are going to lose jobs. He said it's going to be a bloodbath. How much financial loss is going to happen, and it's going to affect American lives. He did not say if I don't win, it's going to be a bloodbath. Go look the stuff up. Don't believe me. Any of you, don't believe me. Go look it up.
Talking about how he's going to forgive all the, actually, I guess, suspend the sentences of all those who were arrested and sentenced to go to jail because of what happened in the Capitol.
Some of them didn't do anything. One of them wasn't even there.
I'm not out there making fun of, like, remember the picture of Donald Trump when Nancy Pelosi's husband was hit with a hammer, joking about it?
This doesn't sound like you're turning down the heat, though. You've talked about the...
No. Look, what I'm turning down, we have to stop the whole notion that there are certain things that are contrary to our democracy that we're for. The idea.
I knew he was going to be saying, the idea, America is not a democracy. So let me tell y'all something. When they saying, and when they keep saying a threat to our democracy, who is the our? Who? That system, ladies and gentlemen, is what they're talking about. So y'all might think it's talking about you and me, America. No. When they say he's a threat to our democracy, that's not including us Americans. That's talking about the ones who are who are the elite. He's a threat to their democracy. In other words, their system, what they're trying to push, their agenda. He's a threat to that. It's not saying he's a threat to America. And again, let me make it clear, we are not a democracy. We are a republic, okay? I'm making that clear. If some of y'all not following that, when I told y'all I did it on other videos, I'm going to keep on saying, I'm just putting it out there. It's time to quit trying to, folks, y'all ministers and preachers and all that, it's time for us to quit trying to hide behind the shadows and all that. I've never done it anyway. I always spoke boldly because I know what I stand for and who works within me. They're working with evil spiritual entities, and that's their word. He's a threat to their democracy. He's a threat to that kingdom. He's a threat to that principality is what he's a threat to. So when you hear President Biden, when you hear Kamala, when you hear Karine Jean-Pierre, any of them that's in there right now saying he's a threat to our democracy, it's talking about that whole crazy satanic demonic setup is what he's a threat to. Trump tells you what it is, the swamp. Okay? We know that. We've been told that several times, the swamp. That's what he is a threat to, that system. That democracy, what they call it is the democracy. So make sure y'all get that clear. When they say he's a threat to our democracy, it's not talking about us American people. Just making that clear.
Saying that I didn't win the election when every court in the land, won, Republic.
Will you do at least things you can control to lower down the temperature, the rhetoric out there?
Okay. Anyway, I pretty much wanted to get, I wanted to pretty much get that message out there to you guys and make sure you understood the hypocrisy that comes from the news, the hypocrisy that comes from a lot of you on the left, that when you turn around and you say what President Trump did as far as inciting an insurrection, that if that is indeed what Trump did to incite an insurrection, then what makes what President Biden did? Now, like I said, he clarified it. He said, I meant like we need to focus on him and what he's saying and what he's doing. That's what I meant by bullseye. But then why can't we take it out of context like y'all doing? Why? Hypocritical to the fullest. President Trump incited violence after he told him to go down there and march and he incited it. President Biden put a bullseye on him. President Trump gets shot. How ironic. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Do y'all feel that they definitely are hypocrites on this? And by them being hypocrites on this, you guys, their line has been drawn. I'm going to keep on saying this so y'all can understand. The line is drawn. The fact that the news won't even put it out there like that's what President Biden did, but yet they'll put it out there like that's what President Trump did. Let you know what side they're on, folks. It's easy. What color is your shirt? Black. Huh? It's black. It's easy. They showing you who they are. And y'all just gonna sit there, well, no, because, come on now. It's easy. You just need to choose which side you want. I put it out there, laid it out there in the handbasket for you to be my boy. I know fifth graders that can understand this logic. Have them read what Trump said. Now, does that mean that to go out and beat people up? No. President Biden said put a bullseye on it, and then President Trump gets shot. What else would happen to a bullseye? Whatever you want to say, a bullseye always getting shot at, whether it's a gun, whether it's a bow and arrow, whether it's a no matter what it is, bullseye always means a target that needs to be shot at, hit, and then it happened. But that's not what Biden did. Okay, anyway. Y'all let me know what y'all think by putting it in the comments below after this video. Don't forget, do what you see right there in that visual. And with that visual alone, you're going to see a thumbs up button popping there. That's going to be the ticket to push this video out there, because I told you guys, as we get closer to the election, they're going to heavily suppress the video. So make sure y'all please let somebody in your cell phone. If you have not done it, get in your cell phone. Anybody that has a mindset and they're definitely patriots and they're for America, encourage them to come to this channel, because you guys will be the reason why it will grow, why this message will get out there, and they hate the fact that we are uniting over this, all right? Let's go. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.